totally my fault and I'm sorry. Well, not entirely my fault. To be fair, I have been rather ill for the past week or so. Besides, I wasn't having that much fun without you guys anyway. I got bitten by a wild mink. That's a story for another video. I went to boring old Comic-Con in Salt Lake City with boring people and met boring people. It was just so boring. I met the love of my life, though. Oh no, not Jordan. Remy. This is my new pet. I love him so much. Hi, baby boy. So yeah, like I said, just some boring stuff. Anyway, I know what you're thinking, Cassidy. It has been weeks since City of Bones has come out. What took you so long? Well, first of all the stuff I just talked about. Duh, Remy, I'm in the middle of making a video. You are not Spider-Man. Get down from there. It took me actually a while to decide how I wanted to put my words into better words. You see, Mortal Instruments fans they're a sensitive bunch. I'm not saying other fandoms are, but if I had to pick, like, my top 3 most don't offend these people fandoms, the Shadowhunter fandom would definitely be on that top 3. I'm not gonna get into the other 2. They're just really testy and protective, and it's, you know, not saying nothing. Don't get mad. It's just an observation. So I had to think about a way to tell you guys how I felt about the City of Bones movie without sealing my doom. Remy, you're too loud. We're gonna go on a journey. He's fine, he's fine. I gave him a piece of candy corn to nibble on. He'll be happy for the rest of his life. So anyway, something I also have learned. You people don't like it when I don't like a movie. Sucks for you? I mean, I posted the Sea of Monsters reaction a few weeks ago, and I said, look, I'm sorry if you like the movie. It's cool, you're all entitled to your opinions, and then, you know, I promptly tore the movie apart because I hated it, because that's my right. It's my opinion, my channel. I get to do stuff like that. So if you guys click this video knowing in your heart, I'll let you know, that didn't like this movie, if you're clicking it right now, it is now your responsibility. You are to handle this information like an adult. Or however old you are, whatever. Just handle it appropriately. Because, I'm sorry, but the replies I got for Sea of Monsters were ridiculous! Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's proceed. So, let it be known that when City of Bones was first in the making, the only thing I could think was, how are they going to make this into a movie? It's an incredibly intricate plot when you really think about it. And it's pretty easy to mess up. And then casting started, and I didn't like Jamie Campbell Bower. But then the trailer came out, and I promised you guys that I wouldn't judge until I saw a trailer, and I actually really liked the trailer. Both me and Camille agreed that the trailer looked promising, and that the film would most likely be okay to really good. So we were pretty excited to see the film. So I go see the film. How to put this delicately? Not gonna put this delicately. So I saw a post, and I don't remember if it was on Twitter or Tumblr or something, but somebody was talking about how the movie reviews for City of Bones were really bad, and those people were wrong because it's nothing like Twilight or anything like that, and why can't they see what a special snowflake the Mortal Instruments movie was? It was so good! Stop doing that, first of all. I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret. The movie was not good. Okay, well, I guess that's a little bit harsh. You are allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to think that the movie was the best thing you've ever seen, but people are allowed to think that it wasn't. And I'm one of those people. Doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't mean I need to go see the movie again. It doesn't mean I just didn't see it properly. It's just... Okay, think of it this way. If you take City of Bones, the story, and yank out all the parts that differentiate City of Bones from every young adult fiction novel that has ever existed, you're going to be left with a movie that, yes, is kind of similar to Twilight or other young adult adaptations. So when people say that, they're not incorrect. You know that the story isn't like that because you've read the book. People who haven't read the book saw a film about a girl who thought she was so ordinary, but no, she's not ordinary, she's got secret powers. And then there's this hottie, oh my goodness, the jealous best friend, love triangle. They've seen stuff like this before. I've practiced this review like 80 times in front of Camille. And now that I'm in front of the camera, like, I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm going to piss everyone off, and I can't decide if I care or not. Alright, I'm going to separate this review, is what I've decided. I'm going to tell you the reasons why I didn't think it was a very good adaptation, and then I'm going to tell you why I thought it was a terrible movie in general. So that way, you can't bug me about either or. As an adaptation, the thing that makes City of Bones so unique are all the things the movie ignored. The theme of moral ambiguity. At the end of City of Bones, I was raising the question, is the Clave really any better than the Circle was? You've got the supremacists who just think that they own everything. You've got the shadow hunters who think they're better than everyone. It's just, are they really the good guys that they think they are? You've got a lot of examples of this. Characters that are just so intriguing because is Clary really a good person? What about Jocelyn? Is Jace just a product of Valentine's demented mind, or is he his own truly good person? There are a lot of dark side and light side themes that are going back and forth in the City of Bones book. And, like I mentioned previously, they are what separate the book from thousands of young adult novels. There is a reason why I kept reading the series, because unlike those other books, there were pieces that were different. Let me say it this way. It's not enough to just have the basic plot. Like, yeah, yay for the movie for having, like, most the little plot thingies right, even if they were in the wrong order. Like, yay. But I mean, and I know what you're thinking. Well, there's not enough time. You only have a couple hours to stuff an entire book into a 2-hour movie. Yes. Oh yes, I know. However, you took up 20 minutes to do the whole Bach thing, and the longest final battle that has ever existed in the history of Shadowhunters. Oh my gosh. That did not need to be as long as it was. You could have used this 20 to 30 minutes to explain the Silent Brothers, explain the Clave at a length. What do we know about the Circle in this movie? Virtually nothing. It's okay to leave out a few details, but once you start leaving out the important details, why Hodge does what he does, why Valentine does what he does, why did Jocelyn stay with Valentine, what does Luke have to do with all of this, what the heck is going on? Then you're left with really flat characters. If I had seen this movie without reading the book, it would have seemed like nobody had proper motive. We don't really understand how truly messed up Jace is, so we just assume he's this tormented pretty boy like every movie has ever had ever. We have no idea why Valentine's doing what he's doing. So he's just the evil for the sake of evil villain. And then Hodge is like there. One of the best characters in this whole series is Magnus Bane. He had 3 lines. None of them were good lines. The most interesting thing about this book is the politics of the Clave. Why do they act how they act? Question that is posed when you read this book is, are Shadowhunters as good as they claim they are? They say they're here to protect everyone. They don't like downworlders, don't like demons, and they don't particularly like mundanes. Other than Shadowhunters, that is everyone. So they don't even like the people they're supposed to be protecting. They're kind of a corrupt police force. That's what makes this so freaking cool. Because the good guys are not what they seem. When you yank that out of the film, you're left with a really unspectacular movie. It made me really angry. You should know that I'm not just being a brat or a purist. I let things slide. I can even give you a really good example of how to do an adaptation. It's no secret that The Hunger Games was hugely successful in the box office and within the fandom. Now, plot-wise, obviously they had to move some things out of the tale. But what stuck with the movie were themes, really important details, character motives, character attitudes, the character arcs, development. Therefore, the adaptation was really freaking good, despite the differences in plot. This is precisely what the Mortal Instruments did incorrectly. They traded a lot of subpar stuff for the really good stuff that they should have kept. Okay, now done. As a movie, like if I had never read the book, not even a thing, book doesn't even exist, I am reviewing this as a movie. Dude, so cheesy. Way too long of a battle scene, one-dimensional characters, so flat. Plot seemed incredibly contrived. Romance seemed even more contrived. The writing was unimpressive. The actors were okay, but winner to best hair goes to nobody but Simon. Valentine. It was pretty much any teenaged kind of fantasy movie that I have ever seen. So I'm not saying this to piss you off. I'm trying to get my opinion out there. I know a lot of the fans liked the movie, and to the fans who loved it, that's great. That is great for you. That means you weren't disappointed. I'm sad because I was very disappointed. It just was not the story that caught my attention when I first started reading it at Barnes & Noble. And before I go, I'm gonna name some other things that I wanted to mention, and I missed the opportunity. I still don't like Jamie Campbell Bower. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I really am. I know a lot of you have come to love him, and like I said, so freaking fantastic. So happy for you. It means that you are so happy and you're not disappointed, and yeah, Jamie, but just me, he was the worst casting choice. Like, yeah, he had a few funny lines, but he's not Jace. He doesn't look like Jace, he doesn't speak like Jace, he doesn't swagger about like Jace, he kind of just... No, Clary. I love you, Clary. I'm not criticizing his acting, it was really the lines and how I'm sure he was directed to deliver them. But just... literally, the only good thing was Simon. Was Isabel even a character? Like, did she exist? Does she have, like, a personality? Because she just kind of did things. Hello, yes, I have a flamethrower. Hello, yes, I have dress. Hello, yes, I am pretty. Not cool. Like, we deserved more bad A Isabel. Overall, I'm very disappointed with this movie. I don't want to own it. I have no idea if they're making City of Ashes at this point. Like, I know they said they stopped production, but then Cassandra Clare was like, no, we didn't, and all that stuff, but, you know, just... I don't think I'll see it. I mean, unless they get a better screenwriter, maybe, or somebody takes me to see it for free, or I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. Idris? What Idris? Jocelyn married the bad guy just 'cause. City of Bones looks like a Halloween store. Silent Brothers, why are they missing their heads? I don't know. Probably no reason. There's a lot of holes to this.